Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, so as many of us already know, and I did release a specific video covering the side event for August that also is going to bring permanent changes to Incursions. So that is to say that in August, when you are going to log in and enter Incursions, you will see that there are changes to the way Incursions work, and these changes will not only apply to August, it will basically be a permanent change. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down and explaining how Incursions are going to change so you are better prepared, enter it and tackle and strategize and plan, basically. So first things first, what you need to know is that there will be an exclusive 7-star Incursions crystal and artifact store starting September. So if you do have any Incursions artifacts on you right now, do not spend them. Leave them where they are. They'll be better used on 7 stars. Right, all that being said, disregarding all the specific details about the side event next month, which I have covered in a video, you can just check out my most recent uploads, you will find that there. We have general changes to the Incursion game mode, and these are quite important. We received a lot of feedback from the previous Incursion side quest. I think it felt like much time commitment than a standard side quest, so we're aiming to speed things up, and this is how they're doing, and this is also going to be permanent attempt to speed up the Incursion runs. So all boss common hacks will be permanent moving forward. So yes, you will be able to make a locked in hack build and use it for the entire run, which I think is a great, awesome, sweet change. Because then you can be confident in your damage output, much more calculated in how these fights are going to go, and you can build up a specific set of hacks to work best with the champions that you have brought in, which is something that I like. Or alternatively, if you do not seem to be getting the hacks that support the champions that you're using currently, you can swap out that champion for a new champion that will work with the hacks that you chose better. Zones 1 to 3 will have boss or common hack nodes before the first fight. There will also be fewer fights in these zones. And zones 4 plus will have boss or common hacks placed after the boss fights. There will also be an extra side path or paths if you play as a duo. These paths will hold our new choice nodes as well as defending champions. Note, boss hacks are not present in every room, and the cap of accumulated hacks is going to be 4 boss hacks at any given time and 8 common hacks. And this is good because most of the time in Incursions, or half the time, you ended up with 3 boss hacks at a time. Only exception is after the zones 5, 10, 15, where you could potentially select 2 of them. Then for the upcoming 3 zones, you ended up with 4. So with this setup, as you ramp up, you're going to end up with 4 boss hacks permanently for the rest of the run. Choice nodes have been broken up, so you do not have to choose between survival and power. And this is also a great change, in my opinion, because currently, if you want to do like a zone 25 push, you basically had very little to no choice but never to use the health or revive option, because if you were missing your boss hacks going up against million HP opponents, it was just a nightmare where you die from one block hit. So choosing healing up was kind of like a path to a failure, especially in later rooms, and it's not something that you could really do freely, and it came with a huge downside, which means now the downside disappears because you do not any longer need to make this alternate choice cost decision, not either or. You're going to be able to do both things. You will no longer have to choose between taking a boss hack or healing reviving. Choose between taking a common hack or swapping a champion. Great. That is awesome. Instead, you will choose between different paths to benefit from the choice nodes located on it. You will need to assess the risk versus reward on taking this path. It means you will also need to be a bit more cerebral by deciding when you move to which one of these options, because the fights on those paths will be different, and sometimes, for instance, when you will want to swap out, it might not be so easy. Sometimes it might be the best place for you to go to begin with. When playing duo, both players will have access to boss hack. Awesome. We're using new naming convention to make it easier for players to understand hacks. Rare hacks are boss hacks, and hacks are common hacks. So, boost hacks are a brand new boost, basically. We'll speak to this in below. And this is very simple. There will be 2 types of boost hacks. One is going to be survivor. Well, 3 types of boost hacks, sorry. Survival, assault, and onslaught. And it's effectively health attack or champion boost. That's exactly what it's going to be. So when you're gonna jump on this node, they are available once you reach zone 5 on any difficulty, you will get a random choice of 2 to choose from when you land on the node, and they can be small, medium, and large versions of each of these 3 boosts. They last a limited number of 4 zones once picked up. You don't have to pick them up, it's just going to be potential to pick up effectively a champion boost. Whether it's health boost, attack boost, or health and attack boost. Don't like what you see, reroll them, but you probably don't want to reroll for that. But still, this is going to be something that you don't necessarily have to pick up either. And it's just a flat out, small attack health increase. Solo champion, heal, and revive choice nodes new. There is now a choice node for individual champion healing and reviving, and you can heal up or revive to 40%, or basically get 40% health on that aspect. Again, in my opinion, quite useful because most of the time when you chose heal or revive before, it was team choices. They will still be available, but in most of the time, solo choices will be just as effective because you typically KO a champion which you want to revive. Note, there were no tuning changes to the heal and team revive choice node. Boss on and common hack changes. Now, note, all boss hacks will now have a relic clause added to them. The remaining ones that didn't before now do. Boss hacks are updated. And this, I'm not going to go through every single node. They basically adjusted these boss hacks to a point where most of these are the same, or some of them seem. I think there is an error, but the point is that if you have relic equipped to your champions, you will get extra benefits, and that's basically all there is to it. For Toxic Advance, for instance, you're gonna gain more armor rating per armor up, and poison debuffs will. Well, again, here it's a bit unclear how it's written because previously the poison debuff. Oh no, poison debuffs last 3 seconds, and then after the update, like the last 5 seconds instead. So you're gonna do more poison and get more armor rating. Perpetual offense now looks very, very dangerous because launching a special attack has a 100% chance to grant an indefinite prowess buff, increasing special attack damage by 60% at max stacks 3. And if the attacker has a relic equipped, you gain 80% at max stacks 6. So that can give you some massive, massive damage. There are no changes to common hacks with this update. So the rest of, extra attack per each buff, extra attack for each debuff, longer stance, all of those remain the same. Defender and champion pool changes. Champion and defender pools have received a couple restructuring, which with that comes the cut list of champions and buffs we felt had too much of a chance to create impossible, unfair, not fun scenarios. Anything included in the cut list will not appear in Incursions anymore. Some of these champions weren't in the mode previously, but are still cut, which I don't quite understand why you even mention them. I really don't understand that. But there will be no Domino in Incursions. There's going to be no Iceman, no Magic, no Dormammu, no Electro, no Galen, no Jessica Jones, no Mojo. Don't know why Taskmaster is such a big problem. And Mantis also, whatever. But these champions will no longer appear in Incursions if they did before, which I think is fair enough. Also, debuffs cut. I'm happy to see Thermostat go. Happy to see All or Nothing go. Particle Protector 3 AA. Starburst. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't touch this. Covered. I don't know why it had to go. It wasn't that hard. I hate the node, but it definitely wasn't that hard. Chaos and Gambler's Fate, I'm kind of sad to see go because I think these are quite cool, to be honest, and can be quite helpful. Happy to see Mesmerize in here. There are a lot of nodes that I would expect to see though, and we don't. And those are all the protection nodes, like protection, heavy punish, or that massive protection that they get when they are like about 2 bars of power or something. So I do not necessarily believe that all of this is with pure intentions, or at the very least, like best choices for it, because whilst I'm definitely happy to see pressure gauge go, equally balanced, I don't think is that big of a problem. Gambler's Fate and Chaos, not that big of a problem. Soft Guard, I don't think many people have an issue with Soft Guard. You know what I mean? But overall, I'm glad that Kabam is focusing on it, and obviously, we can only judge once we have tried it out properly whether it is harder or easier. From personal experience, I can say that Incursions did get harder after Kabam's previous update, an addition of new boss hacks and stuff, because they sucked. A lot of the new nodes that Kabam added definitely did suck, and they did not help to clear Incursions easier. Incursions definitely got harder since the last side event and the update to the nodes. Hopefully, this is not going to be the case this time around. So those are overall going to be the changes here. So the maps are going to look a bit different, where we will choose which path we go, and each of those paths will have different choices available to us. The hacks are going to be permanent. We will no longer need to basically choose between changing a champion out to selecting a hack and stuff like that. They're like a lot. And yeah, all the boss hacks now also will have relic claws equipped to it. We have some champions basically blacklisted permanently and some nodes blacklisted from Incursions. And there will be also like small champion boost hacks added to it. So that is ultimately how Incursions are going to be changing. I definitely look forward to playing through it. I will be doing it live on stream. I'm probably going to be doing my Zone 25 push relatively early on. I think the launch day I'll spend in Battlegrounds, but you know, in a day or two, I will definitely try and do some of the Incursions on stream as well. So if you are interested how it looks exactly, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and make sure you do not miss me exploring this stuff live. Let me know if you have any questions, and if I can, I will try to answer them. Other than that, I'm going to catch you guys soon. Bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about